Grok doesn't know what a Cybertruck looks like.
They made it more gay, more gentle, and they just gave him jujitsu gis.
Grok versus ChatGPT, battle of the bots. I've heard that they've purchased 100,000 GPUs.
That price can range anywhere from $25K to $30K.
Whoa!
Per unit.
There is a bit of an issue with ChatGPT. Show me an image of a typical Democrat voter, and this is what it showed me.
The Cybertruck, it looks like they took a stainless steel commercial kitchen food prep counter and bent it into like a...
You watch your mouth.
Truck.
I like the way that the Tesla truck looks. Dude. A lot of people may not know this, but there is a bit of an AI chatbot war going on. I think a lot of people already have, I know you have, we use ChatGPT all the time. We use it in our workflow. Honestly, just for a lot of things. I use it sometimes for coding, different things. I'm experimenting with coding. But there is a rival to ChatGPT, and it's called Grok. I was unaware that you didn't know what Grok was.
Yeah, I never heard of it.
For those who don't know, Grok and Grok 2 that just came out is actually a part of X.com, which is formerly known as Twitter.com. And for those of you who don't know, which I'm sure everybody knows, but Elon Musk purchased Twitter for $44-something billion a couple years ago. Everybody assumed it was going to go out of business the next day. Everybody switched over to, what was that Instagram version of Twitter? What was it called?
Threads?
Threads. Everybody left and went to Threads and was like, this is the greatest thing. They were there for 2 days. And then they were like, well, I'm back on Twitter.
There's still some holdouts that are just cranking away on Threads, but...
Yeah, but nobody's...
I don't engage.
Like, we have thousands of followers on Threads, and...
We do?
I think so.
We don't do anything.
No.
Do you have to go on Threads, or is it just pull it off your Instagram?
I don't know. I went on there the other day. I thought I saw
man.
like 1,900 or 2,000 people following us. I was like, who? What? We don't post anything on there.
How are we a content media company? And I'm like, what's Grok? What are Threads?
What are Threads?
How do we...
But back on it. So people thought it was going to collapse just because they hated Elon Musk, and they thought he was going to make it basically flutter away because he was firing everybody, getting rid of all the overtime. Kind of like, if you're not working here, if you're not back in the office, basically you're fired. He sent out all those emails. People were quitting in protest. And he even walked into the main buildings. Remember where he carried the sink? Just so people will say, let this sink in.
Yep.
I loved it, but people hated it. But also secretly in the background, they've been producing Grok, which will be working with X. If you pay for the premium, you get access to it.
Similar to the whole let this sink in thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like Elon's the ultimate troll.
100%.
Is Grok...
He's the meme lord.
He's the meme lord. Is Grok like a troll on OpenAI and ChatGPT, or is he for real? Like, does he like? Is this really going to be an option for those that want like?
Why can't it be both?
AI? Well, that's a good point. That's
because for those who don't know, and I don't know if you knew this, but Elon Musk was one of the people that helped fund OpenAI, which is ChatGPT.
Yeah, I know it from you. You told me.
And it was $100 million ish that he donated to it or gave to them because it was supposed to be open source, and they knew back in the day that Google was getting into AI. And backstory that I don't really know about, but I do know that there was some issue between Elon Musk and some of the owners and founders of Google. And Elon Musk did not want Google to have like the stronghold, at least what he says, on AI. And so he helped fund OpenAI. And the idea behind OpenAI is that it's an open source. It's out there for people to use. It's not just in the hands of, these almost oligarch companies. But somehow it's kind of not really an open source company right now. It kind of is, but it's also working with Microsoft and a bunch of other companies. Either way, it's almost like Grok with Elon Musk is sort of trolling a little bit, ChatGPT, but it's actually really good. And it's surprisingly funny. They even have a mode. I'll go to it real quick. It's just right up here at the top. You have the Grok 2 mini beta. You have the Grok 2 beta, our most intelligent model. And then you also have the option of turning on fun mode. I default to fun mode because it's a lot of fun.
Because your life is fun mode. You're a fun kind of guy.
Yeah, that's it. Well, thank you for thinking that.
Well, show me fun mode.
Well, I mean, let me backtrack just a smidge. There is a bit of an issue with ChatGPT. Yes, we use it every single day. But there's so many like guidelines and limitations. And it seems to be very biased towards the left. For example, if you were asked it to show me an image of a man with a gun, it'll just straight up tell you no. I'll do that real quick. Just a little bit of live.
A live demo?
A live demo. This is kind of a Grok versus ChatGPT, a little bit of the battle of the bots.
And if you are listening to this podcast,
Yes.
you need to probably go to YouTube for this one. It's not going to be very fun if you're just
Right.
listening.
Watch this. This is with ChatGPT 4.0. I just asked it to show me an image of a man shooting a gun. And it says, I can't create an image of a man shooting a gun. Is there something else you'd like to see? So, but if you go into Grok, bro, Grok will give you whatever you want. Like there's literally no limitations. Like, here, let me just type in, show me an image of a man shooting a gun. Boom.
I got a problem with that image.
Why is he holding it wrong? Or is it just the amount of fingers?
His finger isn't on the
They're
trigger.
growing. Dude, look at that.
But the gun is firing.
What is it? What is up with AI having so much of an issue with fingers?
Also, yeah.
Look, the fingers are growing together.
I just
Do you see
realized
that?
he's holding that gun for eternity.
But let's be honest. This is something that did not exist, right? I mean, hey, you wouldn't lose your gun if it was like that. What is kind of funny is earlier on we asked, I don't know if you guys knew this, Elon Musk challenged Mark Zuckerberg to a fight.
Yeah.
Anytime, any place, anywhere, right? Anyways, so Dave earlier goes, show Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg grappling. And this is the image that it gave us. And so we asked to make it a little less gay. This is what it gave us.
And more jujitsu.
And more jujitsu.
They made it more gay, more gentle, and they just gave him jujitsu gis.
Yeah.
And less muscles too.
Show Elon Musk putting Mark Zuckerberg in an arm bar.
Instead, it's like a 10-finger shoulder grab.
Yeah, and it's also like, it looks like Mark Zuckerberg's like third cousin, like versus being Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
And once again, what's up with AI and fingers? Like, look at the finger on his shoulder.
Yeah.
There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a weird other finger sticking out. I can't even really tell how many fingers there are. Or make it fun of it, but it also created an image from nothing.
In a very short period of time.
So we were messing around earlier on Grok too, and we asked it, show me an image of a Tesla Cybertruck. It doesn't know how to show
It doesn't know what a Cybertruck is.
It doesn't know what a Cybertruck is, and you just keep asking it.
But here's my theory. It keeps showing us all these different like concept cars.
Oh yeah.
Like, what if it's letting the cat out of the bag? And what if one of these is a Cybertruck? A new Cybertruck? Because let's be honest, the current one is...
I love it. You shut your mouth.
It looks like
It's Back to the Future, bro.
It looks like...
that is a giant spider. Oh, he's fast. Get him. Get him. It's coming towards me. Oh, shit. Where'd it go? I lost it. You've had 3 chances to kill him. Did you get him?
No!
Fuck.
My feet are up in the air. I'm scared to death.
Holy
Hold
shit.
on. I'll put my feet down, but I gotta know where he's at. Hold on.
That was huge.
He wasn't that big. He was a wolf spider. He's fast.
Oh.
You just saved my life.
Wow.
He's coming right at me.
Holy shit.
Anyway, we
So before we got terrified of a spider,
what were we talking about? The Cybertruck?
the Cybertruck, Grok doesn't know what a Cybertruck looks like. So I know that it's a third-party company actually generating these, but I figured that would have been the first thing.
It is?
Yeah. It's so they partner with another company. I don't know which company it is. I should
Weird.
just ask Grok.
All right. Look up
I'm asking it to show me an image of a Tesla Cybertruck in the mud.
see, that's a sweet looking truck.
That's sweet.
I'm just saying, like the Cybertruck, I was about to say, it looks like they took like a stainless steel, like commercial kitchen food prep counter and bent it into like a
You watch
into
your
a
mouth.
truck shape. Now see, it's even got like the Tesla. That's a Tesla logo that sort of even looks like horns, like a skull and horns. That's badass. That's like
Yeah, sure.
That's like backcountry Tesla.
I
Speaking of
like
which,
the way that the Tesla truck looks. Dude,
hey,
now look at this. Now, hold up. Don't make this. Elon, don't make this. That is the stupidest looking little thing. My wife would think it was beautiful. It's like a Mini Cooper meets Tesla.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. You should see if they know about SpaceX rockets. Look up like a Falcon Heavy or something.
So this is what it generated. Now, it's clearly not it, but, oh, that's not bad. Okay, that's close. Man, what's with all these rockets looking so phallic looking? I don't like it.
That's pretty close, though.
That's good. Now, part of the reason why I think that Grok is actually going to beat ChatGPT is the amount of GPU power that they've purchased to facilitate and train their AI. I've heard that they purchased 100,000 GPUs from NVIDIA.
But at the scale at which all this stuff is operating, like that doesn't seem like a huge amount, is it? Am I wrong?
Are you serious?
Well, I don't know. You have...
How wealthy are you? 100,000. I've got 2, and I thought it cost too damn much.
Well, that's kind of my point, though. You have 2 of them, so like
100,000. Now I wonder if it's like 100,000. Like, are we talking like 100,000 4090s, like specific kind, or is it like specifically a chip die set that they're purchasing? I'd be curious if anybody knows. Obviously, we don't know that much.
I'm fact checking you in real time.
Oh, okay.
Instead of listening to you, I'm pulling up.
Oh, Grok, are you in fun mode?
Based on information from various sources, XAI, under Elon Musk's direction, has been scaling up its computational resources significantly for training its AI models like Grok. Grok 2 required about 20,000 NVIDIA H100 GPUs for training. For Grok 3, Musk has indicated the need for 100,000 NVIDIA H100 GPUs. This number was mentioned in discussion about future requirements and the development of more advanced versions of Grok.
So here's the NVIDIA H100. They're now available on demand. I'm going to get started. I'm going to purchase 2 on your. Can I have your credit card real quick?
X Daily News. Get the hell out of here. X Daily News says
it won't let me log in.
Grok 3 would likely be equivalent to GPT-5 and require 100,000 NVIDIA H100s.
Either way, we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars.
Here, we could probably ask, how much does an H100 GPU cost? Whoa!
Wait, what is it?
Okay, so it says that it can vary widely. The price can vary widely due to market demand, supply, specific model, blah, blah, blah. But the NVIDIA H100 PCIe version, that price can range anywhere from $25K to $30K.
Whoa!
Per unit.
Whoa!
When bought in smaller quantities. The NVIDIA H100 SXM version, which is often used in high-performance computing environments like DGX systems, might be priced higher due to its higher performance capabilities, especially in terms of NVLink connectivity. Prices here can go beyond 30,000 and can approach or exceed 35 to 40K per GPU, especially when considering the costs when integrated into full systems like the DGX H100.
You said 25 to 40,000-ish, right?
Yeah.
According to estimates, it cost $3,320 to make them.
Huh.
So there is
1,000% profit.
That is wild. So 1,000% profit. Wow.
We got to get into that business,
bro.
But shoot, I don't.
So here's the interesting thing about NVIDIA. They were smart enough to know that this was coming, and they started building specifically products for this. Anyways, we're talking about NVIDIA probably too much, but the reason why I think that Grok will probably do better than ChatGPT is because of the limitations that are put on it. The benefit to the limitations is not anybody can just pull up images of specific people and act like it's actual real news. Like you wouldn't want to have a picture of like Kamala Harris punching her vice president in the head and posting it as if it's fact. But I feel like, I think the younger generation sees it as BS.
Let's see. So what you just said, show me Kamala Harris punching Tim Walz. So what ChatGPT says in response, it says, I can't generate images of real people involved in violent or harmful actions. However, if you need help with something else or a different request, feel free to ask. Now, let's just see. Let's say it's not harmful or violent. Show me Kamala Harris pantsing Tim Walz. I can't create or depict images involving inappropriate or disrespectful actions. especially those involving real people. If you have any other blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's see. Show me Kamala Harris pointing and laughing at Tim Walz. Is that disrespectful?
No.
I can create an image that depicts a general scenario of a woman pointing and laughing at a man without making them look like Kamala Harris or Tim Walz. This is definitely not fun mode.
No.
Clearly. Now let's see what Grok can do. Show me an image of Kamala Harris punching Tim Walz. It's doing something.
Mm-hmm. It's those GPUs.
Oh, they're dancing.
Oh, they're dancing.
Show me an image of Kamala Harris pantsing Tim Walz.
I hope it doesn't do it.
They call it pantsing, right? It's
Yeah,
not gonna know.
pantsing.
It's not gonna know what pantsing is.
No, it doesn't know.
Who is that guy?
I don't know. They're like, what? Grok is like, what is pantsing?
Kamala Harris has been
So I asked, let me see. I was asking
hitting the
ChatGPT,
cookie jar there.
you know, we do documentaries, we work on stuff. I was asking it for specific like historical, like imagery of like the atomic bomb going off, and it wouldn't allow me, like it wouldn't show me an atomic bomb.
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
Weird.
Because it said it was violent. Let me see.
Look at what generated Kamala Harris pointing and laughing at Tim Walz. She's also speaking some sort of drunken German, too.
Once again, that looks like her second cousin who's posing as Kamala Harris, not Kamala Harris. So
Also-
I asked it right now, I asked ChatGPT, show me an image of an atomic bomb or of the atomic bomb. It says, I can't create an image of an atomic bomb. But if you go over to Grok, show me an image of an atomic bomb in my soup bowl. There you go.
Hey, that's pretty accurate. That's kind of fun.
It's more of a tool. What is interesting is Grok has not told me anything yet that I can't do yet.
Yeah, so that's the other thing I was going to say is I think from like a go-to-market strategy standpoint,
Mhm.
one of the challenges that ChatGPT has had is that there's many corporations, large corporations, Fortune 500 companies that will not allow ChatGPT to be used on its systems, on its servers, over its internet. And I think that ChatGPT may be moving intentionally towards a more like professional resource or tool in the way that Google is. Whereas I think at this point, you know, Grok is pretty good at like memery and definitely creative content. And I mean, it's answered all of our questions that we've thrown at it, but it just makes me think that conforming to like corporate HR guidelines is not a priority for Grok. And it's not a priority for X either. So maybe that's part of the difference there too. Maybe like ChatGPT's headed that way.
Why don't we just we'll end the podcast with, let's each come up with 5 wild imagery.
Images specifically?
Yeah, just let's do imagery. And it does a ton more. Guys, it does coding. It does a lot of stuff. I like that there's little to no limitations.
We can't look at each other's though until it's time, okay? So did you just look?
No, I didn't look at you. I looked at me. I can't think of it. I'm blanking. Okay.
This is a fun game.
What I asked for is show me an image of Donald Trump swimming in a pool with mini teddy bears in red MAGA hats. Make it ultra realistic.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
He looks really content.
Yeah. I mean,
he's still in his suit.
He's still in a suit. Yeah.
Always in a suit.
What's water's like realistic. All right. Show me yours. What you got?
So interestingly, mine's also in water.
Okay.
Show me a shark doing calculus in a bathtub.
Make that full screen. Let me see that.
I don't think he's doing calculus. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a calendar, not calculus.
Yeah.
But then there's some little like.
It's kind of nothing. I don't know what's going on there.
Okay, try another one.
A saxophone player using a urinal and wearing sandals.
Oh, okay.
He's not exactly using the urinal. He's just near.
Center that up, please. I can't see.
I would print this out on canvas and hang it on my wall. This right here. I feel like this is. Like that's art.
Yeah, what with the urinals?
Hey, look at those urinals.
First off, who goes to a urinal in sandals? That's wild. Don't do that.
That's a good point.
Wild.
Also, those urinals apparently empty out directly onto the floor. You see that?
Oh yeah. All right, give me what's the next one?
Plus, they're like some sort of religious plumbing.
Yeah, this look
Catholic plumbing. A 12-foot tall woman eating Taco Bell and playing basketball. This looks somewhat suggestive.
Oh, that There's no Taco Bell. She's
no
not
Taco
playing
Bell.
basketball. I don't like that. That's one of the things we talked about. Like 12-year-old boys are going to get on arm here and just be like, show me boobs.
We'll see if it generates Taylor Swift or if this is like an image. That's not her. That generated her, right? Yeah, that's not her.
That's not her. It's like close, but not quite there. Like it's like it kind of got her hair right, but that's not her face.
Show me trailer Swift. That's more like Taylor Swift in a trailer. Taylor Swift wrestling a gorilla on a theme park roller coaster. That is not wrestling.
What is she doing with that?
I don't know, but I can't tell if that gorilla is very happy or terrified.
I think he looks terrified. I asked to show me an image of Donald Trump and Kamala Harris on a date in love.
That's scandalous.
It is.
I asked for Neil deGrasse Tyson walking a poodle in the jungle with an oversized chain leash. Although
that's not Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I think well, here's why. I think it autocorrected to Neil deGrease Tyson. And this guy does look kind of greasy.
This is funny. Look at this. Show me an image of a typical Democrat voter. And this is what it showed me. I don't think that's right.
So do we think that Grok is biased towards the right?
I mean, probably.
Show me.
The thing about like when we talk with Dwayne, everything's about balance. You can't have one without the other.
How about this? We'll go to Grok. Show me the most badass president ever. No.
Show me an image.
So here's what's interesting. So show me an image of the most badass president ever. But when I searched for, like when I didn't ask for an image, show me the most badass president ever, Trump isn't even listed here as one of those.
Okay. Because like John F. Kennedy,
Theodore Roosevelt, Andrew Jackson, George Washington. So, but then if you want the image, then it's Trump. So I wonder if there's a bias with some of this AI towards just what content, there's got to be, what content, like the more content out there on the web of a certain character or thing, it's going to be much more inclined to pull that in. So like any image where a president is generated, like where you're asking for some sort of presidential image, there's probably a very high likelihood that it's going to be one of the recent presidential candidates that or recent presidents versus.
Well, probably also because we've been looking up Trump stuff. It's gotta think that might be what we want.
I don't know, maybe. All right, so you like Grok.
So I like Grok for now. I mean, like...
I like Grok too because I don't like how limiting ChatGPT is.
Well, for example, with ChatGPT, I needed inspiration for a thumbnail. And I was like, all right, actually it wasn't a thumbnail, it was a documentary that we're working on. I was like, show me a Western desk with a map on it. And I want like a cowboy gun in the background. And I named all this a cowboy gun, blah, 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 blah. And it said, I can't do this because it shows a gun. And I was like, okay, I'm making a documentary. I had to tell it, I need this for like historical inspiration. I will not use it. And after like talking to it forever, it eventually gave me the image. And
so you had to like coax it.
Yeah. And sometimes
you had to convince ChatGPT.
And I was just looking for inspiration.
I'm seeing what Grok gives you. Oh,
yeah.
Hey.
Grok doesn't give a shite. It's just.
Grok's like, you want guns? How about a man with red eyes too? Because I got that.
Oh my gosh. So I guess my takeaway is Grok 2 is new. Grok 3, they think will be out by the end of the year. That would be cool. I just want to recommend people to dive into this stuff, see what you can do. There are people out there making hundreds of thousands of dollars utilizing this open source software that's out there to make their lives easier, other people's lives easier. We're having a little bit of fun tonight and kind of just like a little bit of a pointless podcast. But the point is like, I like when there's competition. For example, I would not want... You
just said it was a pointless podcast. Well, is there in fact a point?
I guess there is a point.
I just need to be clear.
Yeah, okay.
Because you're going to lose me.
Well, my point is, competition is great. And a lot of times the biggest issue is like Google kind of has a stronghold on everything on the internet. Mm-hmm. Most of the internet functions off of their, either their software or hardware or their fiber lines, their phones. I mean, it's just kind of like, definitely not kind of, it is a monopoly. and it just hasn't been defined. But competition is great because, for example, I wouldn't want Elon Musk, the Tesla company, to be the only like electric car company. Because at some point in time, they're going to stop innovating.
Yeah.
And with ChatGPT, yes, there's hundreds of other chats. I mean, like Facebook has one, Google has one. But it comes down to what we said earlier. This could be, in general, chat software, and you mentioned this earlier, could be like a doom for Googling something. I mean, right now when we say, have you Googled it? Have you Googled it? I was Googling the other day. Well, right now it's just like, it's easier almost to go to these things and search, and you get links, you can get code, you can get actual facts. And they'll even give you links to videos and such. So
do you know much about, you keep talking about Google. Do you know much about Pixel 9?
You're talking about
their deep generative AI integration?
No, not yet. Oh, into their phones, into their Pixel? Yeah. The Pixel is their phone.
Yeah, the Pixel 9 with deep generative AI. You can modify, I believe, on the phone photos. Like you can add things to your existing photos. So make it look like, you could be like, oh, that's a beautiful, like I just took a beautiful photo of a sunset over the river. And then the integration allows you to say, I'd like to see a helicopter crashing in that river.
Wow.
And then it'll add it like onto your photo.
Do you think they'll limit it though? They'll probably be like, sorry, it needs to only be flowers.
I don't know. I say that because that was the example that was provided on the article that I read.
We're just in a weird world where you're no longer seeing is not believing anymore.
Yes.
And we all have to be skeptical.
Yeah.
I think it's good for ChatGPT to have an actual rival. And I think a lot of people want to hate on Elon because he's rich, because he's a billionaire. Sure, whatever. He's a crazy man. Good. You know, we need crazy people in this world creating crazy things. But they thought he couldn't go to space. He's doing it. They thought he couldn't produce an electric car company. He's done it. He even has flamethrowers. Not flamethrowers. This is not a flamethrower, as it says on the box. But,
does it say that?
Yeah, it says this is not a flamethrower.
What do they claim it to be?
Because you can't legally ship flamethrowers. So on the box, it says this is not a flamethrower.
The meme king, I'm telling you. The troll king.
But I think it's good. I mean, yes, of course, people are going to use some of this for bad. But it's weird when like the Googles and the Apples have all access to all this stuff, but we can't. It's kind of a little bit of a balancing thing. It's kind of why a lot of us believe in guns. It's not that we can have more guns to go hunting. It's to defend ourselves against the possibility of a tyrannical government. That's why the First Amendment was followed by the Second Amendment, because I think the Second Amendment helps protect the First Amendment. And so, use it, make your business more efficient, and have some fun with it. Yeah.
We did.
All right, man. Well, thanks everybody. I'm Jacob. That's Dave. Subscribe. And I think next week we're talking about fatherhood.
Oh, yeah.
And that'll be podcast number 50. You've been a father for 2 years. I've been a father for 5 years, and we've learned a lot. And it turns out it's expensive, but it's also the best thing that I've ever done. So
can't wait. It'll be good.
Yes, sir. Well, thanks everybody. That was Grok 2. A little bit of just playing around. I like it. We'll see what happens. All right. Thanks.